Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at some top teams for the Great League. Just like we did last week, but this week we're going to take a look at the Great League from a little bit of a different perspective, because I'm going to take a look today at community teams. Teams that went really well for players from the community. Nobody hit legend at the point of recording it, but we have a lot of people who got up to very nice ranks already with those teams. And so today we're going to take a look at this. Again, I'm sorry about my kind of more scuffed setup here again. Again, my PC is sadly broken, and so I can't really do anything about it. But today we're going to take a look at the, of course, Great League meta, which is absolutely fantastic and definitely not dominated currently by Bastion and Carbink. Yeah, we're just going to take a look at some top teams here. A lot of really cool ones, some rank 1 in the world teams, some expert teams, some veteran teams, and kind of for every elo range, which is kind of cool to see. And so let's move in right into the first one, where we'll take a look at the current rank 1 in the world team. Not too sure if this is still the case actually at the current time. This is from yesterday, but this is going to be the rank 1 in the world team, which I want to showcase as well. Still, I might still do. I have to see. We're going to take a look here at the Kung Fu Panda here. We're going to have the Pangoro, the Talonflame, as well as the Gudra. But of course, what we can do is we can always take a look at what they can do here in PvPoke as well, to see the weaknesses, the strength, and how to play this team. Basically, I actually already did some coaching with this team. I didn't play this team myself yet while recording, but I already did some coaching. And yeah, there are some clear weaknesses of the team. What are you going to do against fairy type Pokemon? That's at least the thing that I thought for the first time looking at this. But then I kind of realized, unless it's a Wigglytuff in the leads, it's actually alright. Because Gudra is actually really good in the two-shit scenario against most of the fairy type Pokemon that are currently in the meta. Wigglytuff excluded again. We have Talonflame forward, which is kind of funny. Dedenne is, to be fair, like a really tough Pokemon. But even against Dedenne has to go for Play Rough. Play Rough takes a ton of time to get to. We have Awkward Tail, which you're going to get to super fast. We still have a fast move that's a one-turn move that's going to chunk away that damage, even though it's double resistant, because it's always going to do 1 damage minimum. And so it is actually not the biggest problem. Pangoro, while coaching, actually looked like a fantastic Pokemon as well, especially for the current meta, applying a lot of pressure, getting early shields, and then trying to win end game with the Talonflame was kind of the strategy that we've seen so far with this team. And I think it's a cool team. It's a risky team. There are going to be teams like this, so they are going to be risky in high up elo ranges. They face different metas. I still think that this team can function as well in the current meta. But yeah, again, most of the times itty shields kind of go into Gudra if you want to be in matchups that you don't want to face with the other Pokemon, but otherwise it's going to be quite a balanced core here of Pangoro and Talonflame. Next up, we're going to have here some interesting teams as well. Again, you see all the time the players here as well directly on your screen, which is perfect. This is on Twitter. I always bookmark all of the teams I kind of see that I found interesting. Here, there are two kind of different options. I think the bottom version is a little bit better than the top version, but both versions definitely are fine. We have an early veteran team here, which is going to be very cool as well. And let's take a look at how this team is going to perform. Here we're going to have the team with the Dedenne, and as you're going to see as well, if we're going to rate the team, we see that PvPoke says to this one, we see that there's going to be some weaknesses against Marowak. Generally speaking, it's not the worst though. Both Duster as well as Scissor has some play with it. Clodsire as well, same kind of style here as well. Apparently Scissor and Clodsire, Scissor and Dusknoir are going to lose against those ground type Pokemon, but if you actually play it, it's quite a neutral scenario. It's quite a neutral matchup. There is no direct winner. I think you can actually win it with the Dusknoir and the two shits as well. With Scissor, you're going to be able to get a shield advantage. But those are definitely the worst Pokemon for this team to face, which you see as well. Diggersby, I guess, is even worse. Like, Diggersby is actually a little bit more of a threat for this team, I guess. But energy up Dusknoir is going to be a bit tougher as well to deal with. So, I don't know. But, like, generally speaking, this team is very nice balanced. There are certain Pokemon that can be a bit tricky. I still think against most of the ground types, it's still going to be fine. And yeah, Dedenne Dusknoir core, I think, is very, very good in the current meta. That's kind of more what I want to say with it. Next up, we're going to have a team here where someone got from 2484 to around 2800 apparently with the Gyarados. And let's take a look at Gyarados plus Diggersby core. Gyarados plus Diggersby core is going to be an interesting core. It's going to be actually quite nice together. Diggersby is going to be able to resist those electric type damage, which the Gyarados really doesn't want to face, as well as the rock type damage, which Gyarados doesn't want to face. I think those are the single weaknesses of Gyarados. Could be wrong. I don't see a different one, though, currently in my head at least. Might be a different one that I missed, but I think it's just 2 weaknesses which Diggersby can resist. What's Diggersby weak to? Grass, Gyarados are right for, Scissor definitely really good for, but Grass doesn't really exist right now anyway. We're going to have Fighting, which Gyarados can resist. We're going to have Order, which is going to be very good for Gyarados. Generally, like most of the weaknesses of Diggersby are going to be covered by the Gyarados, which is great. Let's take a look at Scissor though, in the middle of it. Scissor, double weak to fire, that's it. Gyarados can resist it. Diggersby going to be offensively a little bit better there as well against Fire-type Pokemon, hitting them for super effective damage or scorching sets. This team itself is actually very, very nicely done together. I like this team quite a bit. I do think that the team mainly plays like Gyarados trying to win the lead and then trying to align itself with the backline. I think that's kind of how the team is designed. Interesting team for sure. I think it's a team that has a lot of potential, especially as Gyarados with shields has a lot of pressure against the current meta. And as you can see here, I guess the weaknesses are Blastoise, which I see the most here, by the way. Feraligatr, which I see a little bit, and Lapras, which I don't really see. Like, I don't think Lapras is the biggest weakness here. I think Lapras just wins in the 0-1 shit scenario. Scissor's fine. Like, Gyarados is fine. You still get the Scorching Sense with the Diggersby, so it's not the worst. So yeah, I think it's actually a very solid team. Here we're going to have a team as well that got up to 2,600 and, yeah, 02, and as you're going to see as well, we're going to have a team that is going to be with some interesting Pokemon here, with the Stunfisk, with the Cradily, and the Shadow Talonflame. Very bulky team. I think Stunfisk is statistically, from what I've seen so far, the best lead that you can run from at least like sample size I had like of 50 battles. Stunfisk seems to be the best lead of them. But yeah, Stunfisk, Cradily, Talonflame looks like a very solid team here as well. Again, together they kind of work out quite well. We're going to have here as well that the Cradily is going to be I guess one of the hardest answers to it, but actually Talonflame in the back is such a good Pokemon currently. Yeah, it's just very good. And Anilip wins against Talonflame, that's kind of interesting. This team kind of struggles against mainly Dragon-type Pokemon, I think. As the, Stunfisk is going to have resist fast move damage, and Talonflame is resist fast move damage. We see Pokemon like Regidrago here shine against, as well as Giratina, kind of as predicted. And Anilip is still alright, it's not the best matchup, you can just play it out with a lead and then have Talonflame in the back. It's going to be okay, I think it's a good team. I think it's a very good team here, I think the team can work out quite well. It's quite more of a meta team though. Yeah. Juanillo shouts to you as well, like a lot of times I ask him for like the teams that he uses to get to his elo ranges because he's a very, very good player. This time around, bless you, this is not the team that you maybe want to see here. I tried this team out already. I liked it, but I didn't find it too crazy. But I think still it has some potential. Again, it depends on what you're going to encounter as well. But I think I just was quite unlucky with what I encountered. But yeah, Torterra lead can win basically all the red chops. Tokus Say-Stop is going to be kind of crazy as well. And then you have Carping in the back, but also Carping and Tokus together work kind of well. As Tokus only really been like, I don't know, weak to like, Ice, which you're going to be able to compete with Carping, as well as Electric, which you're going to be fine with Carping as well, especially as the main electric type Pokemon is Charjabug. So like this is going to be a very solid team as well. It's a toxic team, absolutely. It's something annoying to play against. As you can see on paper as well, this team is actually kind of nice here. I know that I struggled a little bit with the team. I haven't done the video towards the yet. I might still do. Like I actually have a lot of teams that I have the gameplay for, but because my PC died, I just didn't have the time to actually showcase everything that I want to showcase. So sorry for that. But yeah, I think it's a cool team. I think it's a very solid team. I'd fly it out myself as well. I think Cradily is was one of the Pokemon I struggled with. And also I think Feraligatr. Like those two Pokemon were quite difficult to deal with because if their energy up, it's tough. It is tough for this team. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. We have 10 teams here, I think in total, maybe even more, I don't know. I played this team. I had fun with this team. This is definitely, yeah, a fun team to run here. Toucannon is a lot of fun, and as you can see as well, this is a team that can also run anything other than Toucannon as a flying type in the back. Run Corviknight, run Fearow, run Dodrio, run Murkrow. All of those gonna work for this team. It's just a general archetype where you're gonna try to pair the Togekiss together with a Gastrodon. With that, you're going to, at the end of the day, okay, it doesn't even run a rated team here. At the end of the day, you're going to get a team that really works out well. Like, it's always going to work out quite well. Here, having a part normal type helps out with Corsola. In this case, you're still going to lose because Toucannon is... I tried it. It is fun. It is not good. That is what I kind of want to say. Play Fearow, play Dodrio. They are better. They're just better. They're just straight up better at doing what they need to do. Toucannon is a Pokemon that only has one move basically as a charge, which is Drill Peck, and they have so many other ones. As Rock Blast is a garbage move, and then you have Flash Cannon, which is giving you coverage that I maybe would have actually considered being better than the Rock Blast. I think Rock Blast is a mistake here. I think Flashkin is what you want to run on it, actually. And I played it with the Rock Blast. I think Flashkin gives you a little bit of a niche, because Flashkin allows you to go for super effective damage against Cordilli, as well as especially Carving. So, yeah, I think Carving was an issue for me with this team. Otherwise, this team was actually a lot of fun. So, if you want to run, I actually would go for Flashkin here. Next up is a team that I also ran already. Can make a video. I have, like, again, so much gameplay still that I haven't been able to sadly use recently. I might still see a video towards this team. Jirachi, one of my favorite Pokemon from early on. My first time I hit the highest rank on GO Battle League was with Jirachi in the preseason, actually, before GO Battle League actually started. So yeah, Jirachi always has a little bit more of a special place there in my GO Battle League card at least. And we're going to have it paired here with the Zumba and Lostheart. And what we see is that this team actually looks alright. Like, this team looks really good. Dedenne is definitely a bit of an issue though. Dedenne is a big issue. Tinkerton is a big issue, but not as big as Dedenne is. Dedenne actually can just go through the team, and that is a bit of a difficult one there. By the way, actually a team that I want to showcase as well, eventually, most likely, which is my first Legend team, basically, ever, which I think is kind of cool still, is Swampert. I think it was actually non-chill, it was non-chill Swampert, it was a shiny non-chill Swampert. It was the Jirachi. And I had Altaria. That's the first team that I had. And as two of those Pokemon got a big boss this season, I kind of should showcase it again as well. Because, well, maybe it still can work out. We have to find that out. I think it's very weak against Dusclops and Corsola on the first point of view. But again, I'm kind of going different ways here right now. You want to see the next team. The next team is going to be this one. And I think I deleted something. Anyway, we're going to have here a team with the Corsola. Corsola is going to be very cool. This is going to be a Pokemon that you really want to run. Did I actually do something? No, okay, I did here. Corsola is going to be a Pokemon that is going to be very strong generally. This is, by the way, a leaderboard team, and not any leaderboard. It's rank 11 on the leaderboards. Yeah, this is going to be... The Sasop is here, the Cordilli, which you see as well on the right side there. It is the normal one. You would never really want to go for this is a Sasop. They're Talonflame in the meta. They're Charizards in the meta. You're just going to give them insane amounts of energy. You don't want to go for that. But generally, this is like the top meta core. Like, if you look at the usage stats as well, in like regionals, you see like the... yeah, Corsola as well as the Cordilli super high up. Those are the two Pokemon everybody's using currently, and for good reason. This team is very strong. Cordilli is your safe up against Scissor, is going to be a closer. Makes the most amount of sense for this team fully. Corsola has great coverage with the rock type coverage, which is very important. And you're going to have, of course, another rock type Pokemon with the Cordilli as a safe up there. So you have a lot of coverage there. Rock type coverage is really good in the current meta. Great team overall. Bastion can be a little bit of an issue, but also not, again, fully, because Bastion has to beat everything and it can't beat everything. It's going to be a team effort against this Pokemon, but it's a good Pokemon to have. Lucky Boy is a team that I already showcased, so I don't really have to go too much into detail. It's a good team. There is a video on this already. It's an ABA style line where you're going to have two steel types, which is very cool because a lot of times Scissor has a great lead. And then you kind of be like, Scissor is also quite alright against this Pokemon, and I kind of want to swap out to keep it for the lead. And this team, you don't have that issue, because if you encounter like a Fairy type in the lead, you're still going to have your Empoleon in the back to beat those. And so, I think it's going to be a cool team here to run again. There's a video on my channel. Check that one out. I'm going to leave that here. Yeah, again, there's a video where Empoleon was also in the thumbnail, so it is what it is. Here, I just saw this one, and I kind of want to try it out on my channel, so I will most likely give this team a try next, unless I'm going to try to use the rank 1 in the world team. You have me already with the first Pokemon, which is just that Marowak. Marowak got buffed this season. I don't think that Marowak is better with the buff though. If you're gonna take a look, I can just put the other Marowak in there as well. If you want to run the other Marowak here, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and go for the Hex most likely, and then the Flame Wheel. Flame Wheel is a good move, but it's just you don't really get to anything. Like, I don't know really on which move is best for the Marowak, because I feel like they all kind of are cool in their own way, but they're also all not doing that great then in their own way. I feel like those are all options for the Marowak. But yeah, Floaters in the back has Chilling Water is very, really important for the combination there. As you're gonna see here, the first one is still the best one, the first Marowak. Like the other ones don't perform as well. Here in Chelsea, you're better with the double nuke version of it, but Fire Spin is apparently still the best. We're going to have Ferret Size Up, which is very good in the current meta. Ferret, I think, is the Pokemon that I would actually say is the safest Pokemon to run. There's not really a Pokemon that wants to go into Ferret, and then Flodges in the back is just a very good closer. I think that's a cool team. I do think that Flodges actually needs a different moveset, though. I would actually really recommend you to run Trailblaze on this one. to cover again the potential option of having the Gaston in the deck. Like for Gaston, you kind of want to have double coverage, I feel like, if you have a Mirror and Elite. And so that's kind of why I'm thinking that this is most likely the best way of playing it. Also gives you better coverage against Pokemon like the Zoom rule. And so this is going to be it for this video. Again, I hope that I'm soon going to be able to go back to my normal standard way of showcasing those. But also I think there are some benefits at showcasing this straight away in PvP Poke, because you can talk a little bit more about how to run things and how like things kind of fit together a little bit better. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, just subscribe for me to hopefully, I know, like, it's pain to not have my PC anymore, but hopefully it's gonna be back soon. Hopefully it can be repaired, and then they have better quality content again coming up. So stay tuned, and I will see you then. Bye bye.